Welcome to Nach Simanim. I am Jacob Thomas, and today we will be learning Shmuel, aleph, perek, daled. In this perek, we begin with Bnei Yisrael going out to battle against the Plishtim at Even Ezer. And after suffering a defeat in the beginning, they decide to bring out their mega weapon, the Aron HaKodesh. After bringing it out, all the Plishtim are incredibly scared. But they come together and they say, we will still fight this war. This Aron is brought by Eli's two sons, Chofni and Pinchas. So the Aron comes, everyone is completely scared, but the Plishtim still attack, and the Jews suffer a devastating loss. 30,000 soldiers die. Chofni and Pinchas are killed on the same day to fulfill the prophecy that we had before, and the Aron is captured by the Plishtim. Then there is a man from the tribe of Binyamin who comes back to the town to tell everyone the horrible news, and he tells Eli that the Jews lost, his sons were dead, and then he tells them the Aron was captured, and he falls back on his chair and dies. And the prophecy from Perek Beis is fully fulfilled. And Eli died at the age of 98. From this devastating news, Pinchas' pregnant wife hears it and is completely in sorrow. And from the sorrow, she gives birth and passes away in the grief. In her final words, she names her son, Ikavod, where is the glory? Because the glory was gone, because the Aron was stolen. We are in perek daled, so just like Zichru, we use a door. Daled, delet, door. So here it is. The Plishtim carry the ark on a door while trying to walk through a door to steal it. So this reminds us how the Plishtim carried the ark, that they stole the ark after the Jews brought it to battle, when they probably shouldn't have, and lost, leading to the death of Chofni and Pinchas. And they carry it on a door, which reminds us that we're on perek daled, delet, door. That's our simon. And they try to walk through a door to steal it, which again reminds us of our simon, and remind us how they take it back to their city. So now we are going to do a 4 perek back, chazara. Starting with perek chaf aleph, where we use a car, because Bostonians pronounce car as ka. So the wives of Binyamin in a car were on their way to a festival in Shiloh. So this reminds us how after the civil war among the tribes, Binyamin was nearly and utterly destroyed. So they had to find people to marry so they can continue the tribe without dying. First they go to Yavesh Gilad, then they go to a festival in Shiloh where there's women dancing, and they steal the woman there. Not a good thing. Now perek aleph, so we use an olive tree. The human-shaped olive tree prays for a son. This reminds us how Hannah was barren. She was she had her co-wife kept on pestering her about, you don't have children. This made her really sad. She went to the Mishkan and cried silently, leading her to have Shmuel. Then we have perek Beis. We use a house. The women in the house harmonize in songs about the child. So this reminds us how at the beginning of perek Beis, Hannah sings a song, Shirat Hannah, of her son who grows up and becomes great and walks in the way of God, while the house of Eli is going to get destroyed for Eli not stopping his son's wretchedness. Their names are Chofni and Pinchas. Perek Gimel, we use a camel, a gamal. The camel calls to Shmuel, so he woke up the Kohen to understand. So this reminds us how in this perek, Shmuel is going to bed. He gets woken up in the middle of the night. At first, he thinks it's Eli, so he goes to Eli to tell him. Eventually, Eli tells him, God is talking to you. You should answer God. And he gets a prophecy from God about how Eli's house will be destroyed. Now we will do a pop quiz. So, which perek Which perek do we have the Plishtim capture the Aron in battle? Perek Daled. Which perek does Eli understand that Hashem is speaking to Shmuel? Perek Gimel. Which perek does Hannah pray silently in the Mishkan for a child? Perek Aleph. Which perek does Eli the Kohen die after falling back in his chair? Perek Daled. Which perek does Hashem call out to Shmuel in the night? Perek Gimel. Which perek do we have Shirat Chana, the song of Chana? Perek Beis. So these are all the answers. That is it for today. May we be zocha to finish all of Nach, one perek at a time. Don't forget the Simon.